In a previous video, I shared with you these beautiful waterfall notepads that I found at the Dollar Tree, and we used them to make this beautiful note station. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Stay tuned. A lot of you left wonderful comments on this video, and some of you mentioned that you wish you could find notepads like this at your Dollar Tree or your local store. Well, even if you can't find them, in today's video I'm going to show you how easy it is to make your own, and then you too can make a project like this. Welcome to my channel, friends. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly appreciate it. Y'all, this is going to be so super easy, and you'll be able to make up bunches of these. So I am going to flip to the overhead camera to show you one I've already made. Then I'm going to walk you through the process step by step on how you can make your own. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, so here's a closer look at the one that we made together using the Dollar Tree Waterfall notepads. Now this was a set of three different sizes, same width, but 3 different sizes. And then I added some sticky notes as well as some paper clips to create this beautiful trifold folio with a magnetic closure. So if you haven't seen the video, it is linked in the description box below. You'll want to watch that video so that you can take the waterfall notepads that we're about to make together and make this yourself. And this is what I'll be demoing today. You can see that I have 3 different patterns, 3 different sizes on this. They're all the same size in width, but in height they are different sizes. So I have mine closed with the belly band, and I have used a Velcro dot as the closure. And I'll flip up so that you can see that we have 3 different styles. This is super easy to make. You can choose papers that you're not too fond of and turn them into a waterfall like this. You can also make these as individual items that you intend to gift, to keep, or to sell. So to start out, I have a piece of ephemera that I'll use on that belly band. I have a piece of chipboard that measures 5.5 by 7. And then I have 3 different types of 8.5 by 11 prints. These are all text weight papers that I'm using, and this is from Park Lane, and I got this from Ollie's. It's time-worn textiles, and I paid $1.99 for this at Ollie's. 180 sheets for $2. Y'all, we're making this project today as I'm making it here for mere pennies. And then I'm going to pick out a few pieces from that pack as white writing paper. Now you can use the lighter sheets that are in your pads so that you don't have to add any white writing space, but I did want to add that to mine, and I wanted to show you how I did it. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to figure out how you want those graduated papers to look. So I think that I want mine to look like this. I want that lighter color to be in the middle. And if you watch this video, you'll note that this is wider than the measurements I'm going to be giving you today. But this size trio will actually work for this. You'll just have a little extra space right here. But I wanted us to be able to get as many cuts from an 8.5 by 11 as we could. So doing it this way, we'll be able to get 2 cuts, whereas if I followed the exact size of the Dollar Tree one, we would only be able to get 1 cut per 8.5 by 11. I am going to bring in my trimmer, and I have these in stacks of 3 because it was 3 patterns each in the book. So I am going to take my first pattern, and on the 8.5 inch side we're going to cut it to 6. Then I'll take my second pattern, and on the 8.5 inch side we're going to cut it to 6 5/8. And then I'll take my last pattern, and on the 8.5 inch side we are going to cut it to 7. So now we're going to take each one of these, and on the 11 inch side we're going to cut it at 5.5. So take your stacks, and we're going to cut at 5.5. And now you can see when I put these together, we have that graduated look. So now I'm just going to go back through my book, and I'm going to pick out some papers that I probably wouldn't be too quick to use, like these. And I want to show you how to get the white paper if you want to add white paper to your stack. So you're going to have 3 different sizes of white paper. And each one will be 4¼ inches wide. So I can go ahead and cut out 4¼ and I probably should have cut it lengthwise, so I'll go ahead and cut out 4¼ I'm not going to do all of these. I'm just going to show you how you can actually add white paper to this. So all of these will be 4¼ inches wide. You're going to need one that is 5 by 4¼ 5¼ by 4¼ and 6 by 4¼ So however many pieces you have of the graduated sizes, these are the sizes that you will need. So let's just go ahead and take one of each sheet, and I'll show you what I mean. And like I said, I'm not going to do all of these right now, but I want you to see what it is we'll be doing. So we're going to take that 7-inch piece, and we're going to place down the piece that is 6 by 4¼ So I'll just add some tape to the back. And you want to be generous with the tape because you don't want it coming undone. And I can take this piece and I'll put it down like this. And you can do this on all of your pages if you want. Then we take the piece that we cut at 6 5/8, and we're going to take that piece that is 5¼ by 4¼ That's the white paper size that we cut. And we're just going to place it down. So I will take this and we'll place it down like that. And then I'll take the piece that I cut at 5 by 4¼ and we will add our tape to it. So however many pieces you put on your pad, if you want to add white paper, you need to cut 3 sizes. You need to cut paper that is sized at 5 by 4¼ paper that is sized at 5¼ by 4¼ and paper that is sized at 6 by 4¼ And then you'll have what you need to be able to put your white paper down. So now I can put these back on my stack, and I'll be able to go back and do the others, but I just didn't want to use all of our time together doing each individual sheet. I just wanted to give you the process for how you can get the white writing space if you're not using a light colored paper. If you're using light colored papers, then you might not even want to do this. All right, so now we're going to take this and we're going to take the chipboard that measures 5½ by 7 and join the two together. Then I'm going to take a scrap piece of my paper and cut it at 5½ because I just want a scrap piece on top. And we'll be able to remove that scrap, but you just need to tap it, get everything nice and even. And now I'm going to bring in my clips. We'll put a clip there. And then we'll put a clip here. Now let's bring in that glue. I'm going to put glue across the top. And then I'll take my finger and just drag that glue along the top, making sure that I'm touching all of the papers. And then we just need to give that a moment to dry. And when it's a little dry, I'll go ahead and remove my scrap piece just by tearing it along the top. And then I'll take my clips, put a clip here and a clip there. And we're going to let this dry some more, but you can see how pretty this already is. And you can go through each one of these pages and you can add a little sticker if you want, or you can leave it blank. Before you even put down the white paper, you can even stamp the word note. So I'm going to remove my clips. This still needs just a little bit of drying time, but not a whole lot. I don't know if you can see that sheen that's on there that's telling me that my glue is getting nice and dry. So I am just going to show you very quickly how we can create a nice little decorative band for this in case you wanted to package it for selling. So I'm using some of the leftover from when I cut my papers. And I'm just going to fold it over. And you can see that it doesn't fit all the way, but that's okay. Because I'm going to take this piece of ephemera and we're going to put it right there. I'm going to bring in my glue, add some glue right there. Take this piece and put it on so that hopefully it is even in how I have it placed. And if it's not, that's okay too. So now I'll open this. I'll get that nice and stuck. Then I'm going to take a Velcro dot and we're going to put the Velcro dot right there. Let's lift up. Let's take this, and I'm pulling it because I want it to be nice and tight, and then I'll have it catch there. And now I have created a second waterfall notepad, and I can make folios for these if I want, so that I can add them to this. So I'll let you see the difference in size. So you can see when we put this in, we're going to have just a little more space on the side. That is not a problem at all. So if you wanted to make this project but you don't have the waterfall notepads, well, we just made them, and you can make your own using any papers that you have. You can make them using any style of paper that you have. I used a text weight paper. Maybe you want to use a heavier weight paper. It is completely up to you. But now we have two gorgeous waterfall notepads, and you can make even more. If you want to sell these, you can now make an extra pack to include with it, so that whoever gets it can just put it down when they've used all that was in the original pack. I do hope that you have found this video helpful. And if you have, please hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, my friends, this is what we do, and this is how we do it. We take the guesswork out of a lot of the things that we see in the store, and we might want to buy it, or maybe we don't want to buy it. Now we know how to make it. So please hit that subscribe button, because I would love to have you join this fabulous online crafting family. And make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. As always, my beautiful handcrafty friends, y'all please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.